So I have a take on sensationalism
Ah.
that I want to give, and this is in reference to bringing light to the world. Sensationalism, I think, in the Western societies, it's the biggest bane we have currently. The fact that everything has to be sensational for people to give attention to it ends up being a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Because, like, look at recycling and global warming.
Exactly. There comes a point where things have been so sensational for so long that even if the truth is the truth and it needs to be said, if it's not sensational, people don't care to listen to it. And so what we end up in is a loop of having to manifest sensational events to sustain our own entertainment. Imagine there's a world without racism. It actually exists in theory.
Yeah.
There's a world with no racism. The moment that somebody of the opposite color kills or harms another person, and it's reported that their skin color, like a black man killed a white man in X community, racism enters the world in that moment, surely by proxy of explaining it.
Yeah.
And so with that, so here's my antidote to sensationalism, and it's something I actually practice as much as I can. If something is too sensational, I simply don't view it, and I won't view it. If I see a headline that says Vladimir Putin minutes away from dropping a nuke on the United States, I won't click on the article. I just won't click on it. You know why? Because I'm here to bring the light, and I don't give two fucks whether a nuke's getting dropped or not.
If the mushroom's here or not.
You're not about to get me to submit to your shitty-ass article written by ChatGPT just because you put a catchy headline, you little bitch-ass journalist.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same boat as you, and normally you and I don't agree.
Yeah.
But, like, I hate that shit, too. It's always like, Kim Jong-un about to drop nuclear tests on Japan. It's like, okay, all right, I'll click it. And then it's like, well, they shot a missile and it got 2 miles off the coast.
And so, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It ultimately becomes what gets attention and what doesn't dictates reality. What gets attention and what doesn't, that is reality. And so, if the world is too sensational, it's too hyperbolic, it's too dramatic, and you click on all of these clickbait titles, you're simply you're playing a role in the cog of that machine.
Yeah, it's like buying plastic bags and then throwing it in the ocean. At a certain point, you are the middleman.
And so, even though I'd love to know whether Putin is dropping a nuke, I mean, it would benefit me to know. I simply won't click because I know I'm contributing to the monster of sensationalism.
Yeah, and see, like, that's something that, believe it or not, like, I've thought about, like, when certain news stories break. Like, there's this new one out about Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard not to be a sensationalist. It's not, it's hard not to look.
Yeah.
But it's my civic duty not to. So I just read the titles and report on it.
The titles will give you enough.
Exactly. And then they show, like, a little clip of, like, somebody acting shocked, like, that's all I need to know. Like, did you know that there's 10 things about honey you didn't know?
Why push-ups are killing your gains. Why breathing are killing your gains. Why driving a car is causing you to get to your location slower.
Did you know that sunshine in your water could give you cancer? And what are the top 5 reasons for that?
The sad thing is we have to come to a point where we just don't care anymore. I don't care why smoking is giving me cancer. I don't care why doing a squat in the middle of the woods is going to somehow cause a beaver to go up my butthole.
Well, you should give a damn. At least about the beaver.
Like, we've got to beat this beast of sensationalism, and I don't know how to do it other than I will ignore sensational topics.
Well, see, I would love to say that I do the difference, but again, I'm the hedonist of the group.
And I believe there might be a time where an army shows up at my door ready to kill me, and I could have read the news and prepared for it. But truth be told, you know, I'm almost 30. If I've ever ignored an article that was sensational, I've never paid for it, not a single time. I've never read a sensational article and benefited from it.
Yeah,
single time.
Oh, I mean, I fell victim to that. Like my first 20 years of life, I would keep clicking on those articles, and they'd lead to another set of articles, like top 10 reasons why you definitely 100% 10 and plus 2 have cancer.
Yeah, and next thing you know, you're in a pod, and you're in the Matrix, and they're moving your body with robots, and
also,
but then you're here today.
Unironically, please go ahead and buy Gatorade.
That's big. That's Gatorade calling right now.
Good lord.
The forced promo.
Buy Berry Blast. Buy Berry Blast.
But honestly, guys, drink water. Drinking water is fighting sensationalism.
Deepwater has definitely not got attracted to the drone. Pay no attention to him.